what we're going to do is, when people are playing, sheets playing, they often want to stack the deck. They see these favourable, they see a pair of aces there, and they want to grab those aces and make sure that they end up in their hand. And I mean, if you're playing something like Texas Hold'em, that gives you a huge advantage. So what we're going to do is we're going to stack, we're playing 5-player hand, and what we're going to do is we're going to stack the cards so that basically every time we deal a 5th card, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I end up with an ace. Now how did that actually happen? And because as I said, if we're playing Texas Hold'em, I start off with a pair of aces, I'm leading. So what we're doing here is when we pick up the cards, I make sure that the 2 cards I want to stack are on the bottom. It's called a overhand shuffle stack, or a milk. So both the cards I want are on the bottom. I can do this part way through, so I put a little jog in that says that card sticking out tells me where to start. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull 2 cards off at once, the bottom card and the top card together. 1. So now I know my card is 2 cards down. 2, I pull down a 2nd card. So 3, 4. There's now 4 cards on top of that ace. Again, I do the same thing. I pull the top and bottom cards off together. That's why it's called a milk. You're pulling together. 2, 3, 4. And now I put a jog in. So I pull 1 card towards me and I just shuffle off normally. And then I cut to the jog. So I push the jog card up, and those are my stacked cards, and I just throw them on the top. So now we offer the cut, we do a fake cut. So every 5th card is going to be my ace. So now I've stacked the thing. So the thing is, when somebody's doing a milk shuffle like this, they need to get their cards, and you can do this with more than 2 cards, you can do this with 3, 4, but most card cheaters don't really stack more than 2 cards or 3 cards at a time. If you're going to stack large amounts of cards, they'll swap the whole deck out, or they'll bottom deal. So when they're doing this, the thing that gives it away, 2, 3, is there's a different sound when they pull off 2 cards. So when they're pulling off 2 cards, 2, 3, there's a slightly different sound. So when you're doing this in reality, if you're playing a game of cards and you think they're doing a milk shuffle, let's take a pair of queens. If you think they are doing that, 1, 2, 3, 4, it also looks slightly suspicious that they appear to be dealing with one card at a time, then suddenly they start going a bit harder. So I should have queens now. So when you're looking for this, if you hear something not quite right, be suspicious. Remember, when you're at a card table and you're trying to spot a cheat, you're using your eyes, using your ears, and you're using your knowledge. And sometimes you've touch. So what do you do if they do stack the deck? So let's do this again. They break up the cards, they put that, so they do the milk shuffle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then they just shuffle off to a jog, cut to the jog. When they offer you the cut, always do a scarne cut. So let's do a variation on the scarne. You pull out a good block of cards, drop about half of them on the top and put the rest on the bottom. You do that and then do an ordinary cut. That will just screw them up totally.